Hello there, Dr. Dell or Craig Hane. And you've watched a lot of videos now, if you've watched the ones above this. And hopefully you have either joined the Triad Math Army or you're going to. And I wanted to tell you a little bit more about it now and what you're going to get out of it. Uh, First of all, you've seen from the above videos all the different things you have available to you. So let me share the screen and just review that very, very quickly with you. And what you got out of it was you got access, first of all, to all 6 tiers of our math training. This takes your students all the way from mastering the scientific calculator to calculus and differential equations. You also got access to my Uncle Jack elementary courses. So if you have young students, elementary students, the Uncle Jack video should help you. You watch that video, help you teach them. And you have access to the Triad Math Army, which of course was all of the videos we have on life lessons and wisdom tools and so on. And I had a video on that. So you have access to all of those things, and you have it for $30 a month. This first month on a trial, just to get acquainted, you got it for $7, and now you're going to have it for $30. Now the question is, what are you going to do? Well, it depends on your circumstances. I'm assuming now, let's say that you have children and you're either homeschooling them directly, or maybe they're going to a regular school and you want to help them at home. I have 3 children. I sent them all to really good public schools that were available at that time, and a few decades ago. But I also school them at home tremendously. And a lot of the things that I'm teaching you in the Triad Math Army that I'm sharing with you are things that I'd already shared with my children that helped. They've all 3 had fantastic lives, or having fantastic lives as I've had. And I tell you in a video what that's all about. What I want to encourage you to do then is to go out and tell other people about the Triad Math Army and recommend it to them and let them try and let them join it. And for $7, they got 30 days to go in. Now, what happens is, you're going to find out if you're just joining. Once you join the Army, I will be sending you a series of emails virtually every day. You'll get a new email. And the emails will be designed to encourage you to take advantage of all the different things you can in the Triad Math Army and to get started and to get as much as you can out of it out of the first month. Now, of all the things you get out of the Triad Math Army, you can only get a small part of it the first month, because this is something that I think is going to take you years and years to really get the full benefit from, because it's taken me decades to do the things that I'm teaching you to do now. And I think what I'm doing is I'm saving you an immense amount of time. A lot of these things I learned, it cost me a lot of money and a lot of time and sometimes a lot of heartache to learn them, and I can teach them to you. I did this with my children, and my children didn't have to go through some of the trials and tribulations and expenses I did, because I was able to teach them. So I have 3 children, and they're having fantastic lives. Maybe they would have anyway, but they tell me that the things I help teach them helped them, and I think it'll help you too. Now, what I'm also going to encourage you to do, if you really want to help us in an aggressive way, become an affiliate. And this will be explained to you in the emails you're going to be getting as a member of the Army. And you can become an affiliate. Doesn't cost anything to do it. And then you can go out and you can tell people about the Triad Math Army and send them to a web page. It'll be actually customized for you. And when they buy into the Army, you'll be paid then money for them doing that. And the truth of the matter is, there are literally today millions of people, I believe, in the United States alone, not to mention the whole world, but the United States, that will benefit from it. Because for all the reasons, if you watch all the videos that I've got here, a lot of them are, like 10-minute long videos, you'll see what all the benefits can be. I believe that if we give the proper education, which we're not doing today with our current curriculums that we have, particularly for math and maybe many others too. That's why you're homeschooling probably. You don't like a lot of the curriculums that the schools are doing, and I agree with that. But the math is kind of a problem for you. And now you've got a homeschool curriculum, unlike any public schools teaching, vastly superior to what a public school is doing. And I've got a free book that you're going to get to explain that to you in depth. And indeed, if you don't join the Triad Math Army, at least go take the free books that I'm giving you and educate yourself with them, and they're free. Anyway, my mission for Triad Math is to go out and literally get a lot of people with the education they need to give themselves a much, much better life than they would otherwise have, to improve their life dramatically in terms of making a great living and just having a great life. I personally think that if we can do that on a wide enough scale with exponential growth, that's what I'm trying to achieve, that we can improve our society immensely. We'll improve our economy, for one thing, but we'll also improve our society. The more people we have that are successful, the better off we are. And in my view today, there's not much reason most people can't be successful if they want to. Even if you're drug addicted now or you have other problems, you can overcome them. I have a lot of training that shows you how to do that. I had problems that I overcame. And I tell all about that in the videos I've got in my stories. I think the number one problem we have today for the sapient species, by the way, is war. I'm very, very concerned about the wars because as our technologies have gotten so much more powerful, the wars can become so much more deadly, potentially. Now, we've worried about nuclear war for many, many decades, and thank God it's never happened. I'm more worried about other war than I am nuclear war. I'm worried about cyber warfare. I'm worried about what we can do with AI tools and modern tools. There's all sorts of, what would happen today, for example, if our electrical grid went down nationwide? It would be very difficult to recover, and literally millions of people, myself included, would die. We can't live. We live in a society that's very interconnected with all sorts of things, and we can't live without it. Just imagine what would happen if the electrical grid went down. What would happen if the phone system went down? You couldn't communicate with people, and so on and so forth. We're very interconnected today, whether you like it or not. The idea that you can go off and be a hermit and live on your own is pretty much nonsense, I believe. I don't think that's possible, not and have any kind of a life that even be remotely decent. We have to make our system work. Our tribes have to work together and quit fighting. And I believe we can do that because if we have enough material things that we can create and distribute all the material things that the people in the world need, then the need for war diminishes and goes down. And we can hopefully start getting leaders that understand that. Just imagine what would happen in the United States if we took the money we're spending on military and put it into infrastructure and put it into other things to make life better. I'm all for capitalism when it's done properly. I think capitalism is great. I think socialism, pure socialism, where the government tries to decide what to make it doesn't work. It's been proven many times. Capitalism does. On the other hand, capitalism creates a tremendous unevenness in the distribution of money. And I think that can all be brought under control. And I think the Triad Math Army can help. So join the Army. As a matter of fact, as you're going to learn, you can join the Army for $1,000 for a lifetime. It's $30 a month otherwise, as long as you want. You cancel any time. And in fact, we've even got a deal now, and I'll make a special video on it, where if you're 18 years or older and you don't have good credit, I can arrange for a bank to loan you the money to join the Triad Math, to pay for a lifetime membership, $1,000. And by paying off that bank loan, you can actually improve your credit rating. That's what I'm working with a bank to do that. And there's a lot of things we can work together on. And as time goes on, I'm going to have many, many more training videos. We're going to have more resources that are going to be available to you through the Triad Math Army. We're really at the early stages of it. We're just beginning, and the things we can do are going to be phenomenal. And so I would strongly urge you. Now, for some people, $30 a month is no big deal, and you just stand and you do it. It's like watching Netflix or something. For others, money is a big deal, and this can help you make some money and so on. In fact, in the beginning, if you don't have any money, I'll give it to you so that you can go out and get started on it. And then you can go help other people. There's literally millions of people out there. If you went out today and through some, by knowing a lot of people, maybe through churches, organizations, social media, you brought in 1,000 new tribe members for the Army, Triad Math Army members, you'd be making thousands of dollars per month. Okay. And I think you can live a pretty good life on that. And, but you start, we have to crawl before we walk before we run. You start with the first one you bring in, then you bring in the second one, then the third one, then they go from there, and you can do that. So this is Craig Hane or Dr. Dell encouraging you to take advantage of joining the Triad Math Army, to take advantage of all the different things that you're going to have, improving your life, the life of your family members and the friends you've got, the people you know, and the world in general, and away you go. So Dr. Dell, Craig Hane, and it's been a pleasure talking with you. And I'm sure then we'll see each other on lots of videos once you join the Triad Math Army. You'll be getting emails from me virtually every day on some encouraging thing to do. And as time goes on, I'll probably be doing Zoom meetings that you'll be able to participate in and learn more and more. It's a never-ending thing. I'm 85 years old, and I learn new things every day that help me improve my life. I told you that in a couple of the videos I did. A habit, I just recently adopted a new habit. 85 years old, adopted a new habit that's improved my life. It never ends. It never, you never, in my view, get too old to do that. So I will see you on other videos, and thank you very much for watching, and join the Army. Bye-bye.